The city of Melbourne, Australia is well known for many reasons, including their iconic tram network. The city also has an extensive network of suburban railway lines on 5-foot 3-inch gauge, electrified at 1500 volts direct current. Early in 2023, one of my old friends from primary school, whose name I will not mention, moved over to Melbourne, and she's been kind enough to film the trams and suburban trains whenever she can, but it is not her top priority. She mainly films trains on the Craigieburn line, so named because that's the point where the electrification ends, but the line continues much further than Craigieburn. As recently as 2003, the wires only went as far north as Broadmeadows, and weren't extended all the way to Craigieburn until 2007. These days, the Craigieburn services are run with Comeng or Siemens Nexas electric multiple units, but you can also see V-Line Sprinter and V-Locity diesel multiple units in this area on services from Southern Cross to Seymour or Shepparton. For various reasons, the Extrapolis 100 and HCMT units do not run passenger services on the Craigieburn line. As far as I know, the closest a high-capacity metro train typically gets to Moonee Ponds is Flagstaff, one of 3 underground stations on the city loop. Although the Craigieburn line was originally part of M-Train territory, in the years not immediately prior to the creation of Metro Trains Melbourne in 2009, the so-called Alstom Comeng units can also be found on this line these days, alongside the EDI Comeng. Between 2000 and 2003, Connex had their units refurbished by Alstom, while the M-Train units were refurbished by EDI Rail. The best way to tell the different variants apart is by looking at the placement of the destination display. The EDI units have it placed above the driver's front window, while the Alstom units have it in a corner of the window on the driver's right-hand side. The Comeng is the oldest train in Melbourne's fleet, with the first examples of this class having entered service in 1981. On a personal note, Melbourne is significant to me as, at the time of uploading, it's the only foreign city I've ever visited. I went over there for about 6 days in October 2013, and I remember riding the Comeng units on the Williamstown branch, although the hotel we were staying at had East Richmond as its closest station, and I mainly remember seeing the more modern Extrapolis 100 units on that line. Here is my only surviving video footage from that trip.
Maybe you can fix it just in time.
You're going to carry it the whole time? No. You want me to put it in my pocket? On the tree? Yes, that wasn't working yesterday either. No.
More recently, I've seen the ex-Melbourne trams that are preserved in Auckland and Christchurch, with 2 notable examples being W2 class number 321 and X1 class number 466. Those 2, and the others, always remind me of that one time I went to Melbourne. It's also worth mentioning that one of the W2s in Christchurch, number 411, has now been converted into a restaurant tram. The rest of this video is just a compilation of the footage that my friend recorded throughout December 2023. We're trying a practice where we do a video chat while she's standing trackside and recording the trains, and it has worked out well so far. For anyone who wants to learn more about the electric trains in Melbourne, I recommend checking out Tateset and Metroman Melbourne. I'll include links to both channels in a pinned comment. As for specific videos I recommend, that'll be Tateset's video on the 2003 Broadmeadows runaway, which involved an EDI Comeng, and Metroman Melbourne's video on the failed refurbishment of the Harris trains. Alright, let's watch some Comeng and Siemens trains in the Moonee Ponds area, along with a few V-Line services to boot.
then to flip around this way.